Hey everybody, welcome to lesson 4B. Today's date should be, the date that you are watching this video should be Wednesday, April the 15th. If it's not Wednesday, April the 15th yet, well, you're ahead of the game, and if it has passed, well, you're a little bit behind, but that's not a big deal. So anyways, 4B, graphing lines with the table of values. So last lesson we talked about plotting points. Okay, now we're going to use that skill to plot a series of points, and we're also going to use our solving equation skills in order to plot these points so that we can hopefully form a line. Now in grade 9, there's one takeaway from grade 9, it's the ability to draw lines. If you can draw lines effortlessly, you'll be fine in grade 10. So, I made a little mistake here. I'm not going to start at question 1. I'm going to start at question 2. Okay? Now, only because question 2 doesn't have fractions. So I'm going to start there just to ease us into this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to plot this, and we will, over the course of the next month, understand how to graph these lines very quickly. But for now, we're going to use a table of values. Okay, so as you notice, there's an x column and a y column. The x and y will represent coordinates. Okay, will represent coordinates. So let's go ahead. So if I were to substitute, thinking back to solving equations, x for 0, what do we get? Well, I didn't leave a whole lot of space to do this here because I'm only going to do a few, but the rest of it you should be able to type in your calculator in one shot. So instead of x, I substituted that with a 0. So 2 times 0 plus 1, so let's open up the calculator. Okay, so 2, remember BEDMAS, so multiply first. 2 times 0 equals, and then plus 1 is just 1. Okay, so my y value would be 1. 1, which means 0, 1 would be a point on my line or my graph. So 0, x first, 1, so I know that would be a point. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the second value. So we do the same thing, but instead of 2 times 0, it's going to be 2 times 2 this time, plus 1, and you shouldn't need a calculator for this, but just to get you guys used to it, 2 times 2 equals plus 1 equals 5. 5, which means our second point would be at 2, 5. Okay. So 2, 5. Let me see if I can change the size of this. No, I can't. That's okay. 2, 5. Which means my second point would be 2, 5, which is roughly right there. Okay, so we got 2 points right there. Let's do the same thing for the next one. So for this next point, I would substitute 4 instead. So y is 2 times 4 plus 1, and that would give me 2 times 4 equals plus 1 equals 9. So that would give me 9. So this next point is 9, which means 4, 9 would be another coordinate on my line. So 4, 9 is about right there-ish. There we go. Okay, now I can continue and plot the other points, but you will realize that if I try to plot 6 in here, it might go off my graph a little bit. Because thinking back to connecting the dots as a kid, that's what we're doing, and we should hopefully be able to create a line. So now, I'm going to, it's a lot tougher on the computer, but I'm going to try, it's not straight enough, but you get the idea. There is our line, 2x plus 1, okay? So let me try one with a fraction. Now this, don't let the fraction intimidate you. Okay, so let's see. We do the exact same thing. So instead of an x, I'm going to replace that with a 0. So y equals 2 over 3 times 0 plus 1. Again, you should be able to type all this in your calculator. Now, again, following BEDMAS, 2 over 3, although it is a fraction, it could be interpreted as division as well. So 2 divided by 3 is equal to 0. Blah blah 66666 times what? 0 in this case, 0 equals, and then last but not least, add that 1, and I would get 1. 1. Oops. 1. 1. That means 0, 1 would be one of my points. So 0, 1. Okay. Let's take a look at the next point. So we do the same thing. Y equals 2 over 3 times 2 plus 1. Again, let's bust out our calculator. 2 divided by 3 equals times 2 equals plus 1 equals 2.33. So this will 2.33. It's an ugly number, but you can ballpark it. So 2 and then 2.33, which is about right there-ish. That would be a second point. Okay, so if I do a third one, so this time it's 4, so 2 and 2.33 is done. Let's take a look at the next one. 4. So y equals 2 over 3 times 4 plus 1. Let's type it in our calculator again. Clear. 2 divided by 3 equals times 4 equals plus 1 equals 3.667. .66, and there is our third point, 4 and 3.66, about right there-ish. Okay. So once you have 3 or 4 points, that should be good enough. I would like you to complete these two just to get practice. Once you have those 3 points, should be able to draw a nice little straight line. No, I'm horrible. And there you have it. Okay? So all the other ones are the exact same. If you have any questions, please post under math questions. So let me just show you where. Math questions. So I'll just show you math questions. So when we are in Google Classroom, classwork, at the very top under online learning, any questions, please post in here, okay? And I will respond with a video. Okay, so you can see here, Keyshawn asked a question, I responded with a video. Leah had a question, and I responded with a video. Okay, awesome. Anyways, thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.